and take a look at the first section of Lección 6, and we're going to look at saber versus conocer. So in Spanish, we have two verbs that both have the same meaning of to know. However, they're not used interchangeably in speech like we might use them in English. So they have clear distinctions and context for when to use each verb. Notice there are also irregular forms for the yo conjugation. So if I have saber, it's going to be yo sé, tú sabes, usted, él, ella sabe. For conocer, it would be yo conozco, tú conoces, usted, él, ella conoce. And then we have the plural forms beneath. So the only piece of this conjugation that's going to be irregular is going to be the yo form. Saber is used when you're knowing something that is a fact or a piece of information or how to do something. So this is a very concrete way of conceptualizing know. So something like, I don't know your telephone number is a concrete piece of information. If you say, mi hermana sabe hablar francés, she knows French. French is a concrete, graspable thing. So saber works there. However, conocer is going to be more like acquaintances, larger ideas, a relationship with a person, whether you know them or not, is not concrete. So if you know someone, it doesn't mean that you actually know everything about them. You have a relationship with them. You might know where a place is, or you might know, well, where it is would be more of a saber. But if you know, like say the city of New Orleans, like, oh, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about New Orleans. That's going to be more of that abstract feeling of conocer. So the examples we have here are, do you know New York City? It's not asking you for a specific fact about the city. So that's why conocer is the better use. If you're saying, no conozco a tu amigo Esteban, that is more of, I don't know Esteban, not a fact about him, but I don't actually know him as more than an acquaintance or a name. When the direct object pronoun of conocer is a person or a pet, we use the personal a. So you would say, ¿Conoces la Habana? Do you know Havana? Or if we're talking about a person, ¿Conoces a Cecilia Cruz? So here, the a isn't really obtaining a meaning, but it's going to be a convention used as when the direct object pronoun is going to be a person or a pet. That's when you're going to add it in. So when you're translating in Portales, be really careful that that a is not translating directly to English. That's going to be more of a grammar aspect of Spanish. So one thing to pay attention to is that we also have another verb in this unit, parecer, which means to seem, and ofrecer, which is to offer. These are conjugated with the same irregularities as conocer. So if I'm looking at conducir and traducir, they also have an irregular yo form. These are vocabulary words from this unit. But since they are IR verbs, they're conjugated slightly differently than conocer, but they still have that irregularity in the yo form. So conducir becomes conduzco, traducir becomes traduzco. So you're having that Z pop up in the yo form.